Alrighty, so I think we're going live right now. I think that's what's happening. If you guys are coming across this video right now, it's 5:15 Eastern time. I just started a live video. If you guys are coming across this video on my channel, it's 5:15 Eastern time. I know sometimes I actually post these videos after, so if that's the case, it's not live if it's after 5:15. That makes sense, but it's another video. Storage Auction Pirate, hello. I'm going to have to get in contact with you as well. It's been a very, very long time since I've done a live stream. I've had a lot of issues with my camera, my microphone, but we're back here in the winter. Hopefully everyone out there, hello from Michigan, UK. I got to change up this live chat thing. This is going bananas already. Gemini Thrifts, hello. James, hello. Matt, hello. We already have 110 people in here. We're not even a minute in. Hello, everyone in Salsa. I said, Storage Auction Pirate. I have so many messages. I apologize for that. I know my Instagram is actually full right now. So if you send me a message, I think if your Instagram is full, it still says that you sent a message, even though I don't get it. Or then it's delayed or something really random. So I apologize for that. Alive from Taco. Yes, alive from Taco. We made it back on our Sunday schedule. So it's been a very, very long time since I've done a live stream. I haven't even seen you guys since last year, essentially. So I apologize for that. Like I said, I had some trouble with my camera, my microphone. 138 people in here. Lilian, hello. Martin, hello. Janice, hello. So I did want to talk a little bit about this because we're moving forward into 2020. And one thing that I'm going to talk about, and I want to hear a little bit of feedback from you guys, is eBay. All right, eBay is a huge thing, and I'm going to get into this because I see a couple of people are already asking what my eBay account is. So I don't give off my eBay account. This is something I get asked quite often. I don't give it off because of maybe what you guys saw with Craigslist Hunter, with his video and his whole spiel that he had a couple interactions. I knew from the start I was probably going to go through some of those similar kind of pains. But this is something I want to hear from you guys and you girls is what do you think eBay should do with this same exact situation that he's going through? And I'm actually going through the same exact problem as well, but it's a little bit different. It's not simply trolls. Pat D's, hello. Couple pickers, hello. It's not the trolls that are really bothering me. It's the people who just simply won't pay. All right. And I want to hear what you guys think and maybe what you guys think the resolution could be. Because one thing that I have a really big issue with eBay is whenever I do an auction listing, I would say 30% of the time, I never get payment. And, I've been doing eBay for a while. And how are they going to resolve this? Is it maybe time to look at different avenues of selling? What do you guys possibly think? Because it is definitely an issue. And I don't think like 5-7 years ago, we saw many people not maybe break some legs, Pat D says. I think like 5 to 7 years ago, we didn't see these problems, I don't think we saw those problems. If you guys are new here, hit the like button. Greatly appreciate. I see we're at 46 likes, so I greatly appreciate. Cynthia says report non-payers and block them. Move to Georgia. Auction should have immediate payment problem all the time. Auction should have immediate payment problem all the time. So yeah. Okay, Gemini Thrift says if you do a buy now, check the require immediate payment box. That's a great thing. So this is what I'm kind of thinking is like eBay should finally do something where you cannot bid on something if you don't have the funds in your PayPal account or your checking account or whatever you use to make payment. Or if your credit limit, somehow it should be linked back together. Storage Auction Pirate, thank you for the $5 super chat. You can set a limit on how many feedback someone needs to buy an item. It's a great idea. I think there is something like that. I thought when I did my last time I tried it, thank you for the super chat as well. The last time I kind of like looked into it, it was something like if they have non-payment claims, if it was like if it was like 1 to 3, if that might be, it had that be like a limit of just 3 claims or 1 claim. I can't remember. It was something with the claims and something with non-payment claims, but I didn't know if there was actually an avenue. And I think they really should have an avenue where you have to have a certain amount of feedback if you want to bid. All right. And I know the one issue eBay kind of says is everyone was at one time a first-time bidder. But I think from a seller standpoint, you should have the say in, hey, look, if you're a first-time bidder, I don't want you to bid on my item. I'm going to take less money. I'm going to take less bids. I'm probably going to have some upset buyers. But if that means that I'm going to have actual payment, I'm fine with it. I think eBay will never kind of side with that idea, which is kind of upsetting. But I think it would be a great idea, you know? Matt says, can I go to bed now? It's 10 p.m. I work early tomorrow in the UK. Go to bed, Matt. Get your sleep. I don't know what time you go to work at, but it just go to sleep if you're tired. Ricky says, Taco, eBay doesn't care about you or anyone else. And, that's the one thing I think is like the difference between eBay and Etsy. And this is not a bash on eBay or a advertisement for Etsy. But one thing you'll see with Etsy is if you make a sale, now there's no auction. You can't see what things have previously sold for on Etsy. But if you make a sale, it's immediate payment. Sometimes there's like a processing thing, which like it takes 2 to 3 days to process, but you can't not pay. It's bananas. Marla says, I give him 3 days, no pay, I'm done, block, report, and relist. Great idea. Great idea. Which then kind of gets me to the next point is like, who out there sells on Facebook Marketplace? Because I'm actually going through this exact problem right now. I have a couple things listed on Marketplace. People have said, hey, I'm interested, which I was told by someone else that when you list something on Marketplace, if you click I am interested in the item, it sends a message to the seller where it says, I'm interested. So, but sometimes they're not interested. Pat D's with the super chat. If you guys haven't checked out Pat D's, check them out. Also Storage Auction Pirate as well. February 8th, big storage unit auction in our backyard. Still have my hat in the van. Was down at Christmas time. Almost stopped at house. Subway lunch. All right. Well, I'm going to have to see when that big storage auction is. Your hat is actually in my eBay room. So your hat's still in the eBay room. It hasn't gone anywhere. It might be a little sun faded, although it's white. It's been there for a pretty long time. I've been trying to run into you. If you guys haven't checked into Pat D's channel, check him out. He has a bunch of good content as well. I've been trying to run into the U-Haul Scran storage auctions up there. But Gemini Thrifts, I'm going to get your hat soon. I apologize for that as well. Brenda says, I've had some problems with non-pairs. Just relist or contact next highest bidder. That's a great idea. The issue that I kind of have with sending a second chance offer, and this is one thing that I kind of feel like kind of skeptical about. I do agree with relisting like immediately. Just report them, relist it, bada bing, bada boom. The problem I don't like with a second chance offer is sometimes it feels like if I put a second chance offer, it's like, was it shill bid up until that point? And then the second chance offer is like, well, this guy wasn't bidding. If he wasn't going to pay, I don't want to pay $50 if the winning bid was $51. I want to pay $30 because that's what my first bid was, and then this guy came in. So I'd kind of stay away from second chance offers, although I will throw it out there as well. But that's a great idea. So Pat D's hat all bid on it. I want to buy a unit with Taco Storage Auction Pirate says. Yes. Scrap and Pallet Man, hello. Congrats on your success of the channel as well, man. Very, very cool. Check them out as well if you guys haven't already. They will pay if they want, Jazzy says. I sure hope they pay. Hi from California. Gemini 3, over 300 watching. Let's hit that like button. Yes, thank you. So whenever you guys hit the like button, like I just see a huge like bump in the views. And I think what happens is it kind of like recycles it or replenishes it towards the stacker community where like it kind of like it pops up more on the first page if you're a subscriber. It's kind of based off the interaction, which is one of the reasons why I say like hit the like on or hit the like button on videos is because it kind of just like it reiterates the YouTube algorithm. I never seen you at the storage locker auction in Freemansburg or the ones in Bethlehem, Mr. Buys Lot says. There was one in, Fountain Hill. So I just found out about Fountain Hill. My buddy Mark, this also licks my hand. My buddy Mark, he got a really, really good locker out there. The one on Fountain Hill, which I think might be Bethlehem. It's those are ones that I've tried going to, but they only have them, I think, twice a year. And the issue I had, we're not going to get carried away, Salsa. As you can see, Salsa's that's Salsa. Thank you. Hi from Northern Idaho. Yeah, so I don't know which ones you're probably talking about on Freemansburg, unless you're talking about what is it? It's drawing a blank. Budget. I know they have one that's kind of in Bethlehem and Bath, and they do one in Whitehall. If you can let me know, maybe I'll see you out there. Mark, no, not Mark Bustle. Bustle is the auctioneer. Mark, I don't know his last name. He drives like a Chevy truck. Salsa's now getting fired up. I can feel like she's just getting all fired up. I have some Calgary Flames and Edmonton Oilers stuff I'm going to send you. Thank you, Teresa. Greatly appreciate it. I do like my hockey stuff. Hockey is one thing that I definitely love. Salsa thinks you're talking to her. She doesn't understand technology. Yeah, she's probably like, what's this crazy guy just doing talking to himself? Hi, new to your channel. Hello, Brooklyn. Am I a Steelers fan? I'm not a Steelers fan. I'm a Giants fan. I'm all New York sports. I don't like the Yankees or the Islanders, but I can tolerate the Jets. Salsa's underneath the table. Where's your cat, Chips? I can't deal with another animal. Anna, Salsa treats and huggies. Thank you for the super chat, Anna. Thank you. Greatly appreciate the $20 super chat. You don't have to do that, guys, but greatly appreciate it. Salsa's going to enjoy that one. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. That's awesome. I love it when you guys are very supportive of the channel. You guys have always been very supportive from day one when I first started doing this, and it's been truly honoring. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anna. Salsa's responding to your voice annotation. Yes. Donovan, new van coming soon. So, all right, the issue with the van thing. All right, so I'm having all these different issues. And the reason why, like, some people are like, well, you should get a used van because of what you do. I want a new van just for the warranty aspect. That way, if I do abuse it and it breaks, I just get it fixed. Whereas if I use a used van, it's just going to be like I'm going to keep on going through used vans over and over because I am pretty rough on my vehicles. Braking, stopping. That's the same thing. Braking, accelerating, slamming doors, throwing scrap metal in there. I'm pretty abusive with that. I don't need all the bells and whistles, but the warranty is definitely very protective. The reason why I'm thinking about getting rid of my van is because the warranty is almost up, and I've had troubles with the transmission since the day I got it. All right, so I've put in a new transmission, a couple thousand miles into it. Then I got more repair put on it this past week. Then the next issue is, ever since I got it repaired the first time, it just vibrates whenever I'm on a hill, if I'm in park, it just vibrates. If I put in reverse, the whole van shakes. So there's definitely an issue. So if I got something new and I broke it, it is what it is. But the fact of the matter is I'm probably going to need to get more repairs done on it in 5,000 miles or 3,000 miles. So I kind of want to get rid of it. Also, there's a couple other issues. Like the main issue that also besides the transmission is also since I've got it, there's some sort of leak with the coolant. And with my old van, the big issue was the manifold went, and that was a really expensive repair. When I was at the gas station, it's at the gas station probably like 5 months ago, somebody in a van pulled up right behind me. The same exact van, Dodge, not the one with the Ram logo, the Dodge logo. So it's probably the same year or a year earlier. And he asked me if it was a piece of junk. I'm like holding on to Salsa because I know she's going to get fired up here in a second if I don't touch her. He asked me if my van was a piece of junk too. And I said, yes, it's a piece of junk. And we went on and talked about what the issues with our van were. He said he had some sort of issue with the brakes, but he also had a huge issue with the manifold gasket going. And I'm thinking mine probably also has that same issue. So I'm thinking it might just be something wrong with this vehicle. So it's time to kind of just like move on and get something different. There's other stupid things with it, like my power mirrors stopped working after 500 miles. That was covered under the bumper to bumper, so that was expired 10,000 miles ago. It's a headache. Just got to start fresh. I knew going into it, I want something reliable. Now it's kind of like I need something that is going to do the job and not break down in a year or so, 6 months. Why don't you start picking tonight? They throw stuff out. So it gets really dark out early. It gets dark out, I think, by like 4:30, 4:45. No, 4:45, 5 o'clock. Most people get home from work at around 4 o'clock. So they generally throw away their trash at like 4:30 to 5. If I start picking at 3, there will be no trash. If I start picking at 5, it'll be way too dark. So there's really no rhyme or reason with that. I generally wait until whenever, it's not daylight savings. I don't know. I call both of them daylight savings, but whenever daylight savings comes around this spring, we'll be switching back to the other schedule. I do prefer, I prefer picking in the morning in the summer because it's cooler and there's no kids like playing around the road. Right now, when I pick in the morning, everyone's going to school, so it's like awkward to kind of like get out of the vehicle, pick up trash, and then there's kids like 5 feet away from you, like standing and waiting for the bus. It's like, just picking trash, guys. Don't worry. Pulling up in a white van next to a bunch of kids it's kind of awkward at times. So just being aware of it. Shahan, keep on doing what you're doing. Really enjoy your videos. Thank you. Faith, are you going to Lambertville? Yes, I plan to go to Lambertville probably once or twice before my flea market opens in April. I've been trying to like go through all the stuff that I have in my warehouse, and it's just a complete mess. So I gotta kind of separate it. Ishmael, have you considered buying a truck? I've considered buying a truck. I'll get to that in a second. Locker Nuts, thank you for the super chat. Have you considered the Mercedes Sprinter? Thank you for the $5 super chat, Locker Nuts. Go check out his channel as well. I've heard those are nice, but I know they are pricey. The problem with the Sprinter, the reason why I don't want to get a Sprinter, I do have a friend who had a Sprinter and he sold it for like a beat up Chevy, is the repair parts. So they might be pricey at the beginning. You get a diesel, you do this, but the repair parts on a Mercedes are just incredible. I actually have a friend who goes to the auctions, or not the rummage sales, and she has a Mercedes and she's trying to get rid of it because the repair parts, like to do an oil change is just so outrageous, like $180 for an oil change. So, that's kind of the problem there. Sadly, new vehicles depreciate as soon as they are driven off the lot. That is exactly true, Miss Purple Apple. My thought process is that because of the dealership discounts, because it's an overstock from last year, it's going to be kind of cheaper. Like I'm looking at 2020s, and they're anywhere between like $40,000 to $45,000, whereas last year's models are already about $5,000 off to begin with. So, Salty, you're killing me. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking like if you get a used one, so I've got mine that was already a year old. I bought a 2017 in late 2018, and I already had 40,000 miles, and it was only like $10,000 off MSRP. So would I pay another $5,000 more essentially for something with no mileage on it? Maybe. Scrap on a scooter, Henry says. Henry's been a subscriber for a very long time as well. Thank you, Henry. Greatly appreciate it. Justin, hey Taco, keep living a dream, man. Watch band like your vids daily. Keep it up. Thanks, Justin. Greatly appreciate it. Just saying hello from Iceland. Hello. It's one country I'd like to visit is Iceland. That's just bringing back memories of the Mighty Ducks movies. If you guys seen that, I think it was like the first one when they played. It was the second one. Yeah, it was the second one. Played Iceland. Ever since then, I've always wanted to visit. Maybe get a box truck. I couldn't trash pick with a box truck. That's my issue. Does anyone ever get mad at you for picking through the trash, Nick says. I've had a fair share. I had 1 week where it was like, I probably had 2 or 3 people yell at me, and that was like the only time ever, besides maybe my 30th episode or 40th episode, where some lady yelled at me from across the street about, do I make any money? Is it worth my time? And she called me nuts or something. Have you ever considered doing alternative recycling videos? I'm not really familiar with that topic. Do you watch other fellow YouTubers? I watch a lot of YouTubers. Generally speaking, I go through streaks. I'll watch like somebody for like 2 or 3 months, and then I'll watch someone else. I bump around a lot in the YouTube like rabbit hole. I don't really watch a lot of content that is similar to mine. I'll bump into a couple, but I don't really binge watch a lot of it because I'm around it so much. But I do get into like some really weird rabbit holes. Like I start watching like American Flight Simulator. I'm like, why am I watching people fly airplanes in a video game? Just like, or like roller coaster point of view. Like, what am I doing here? Really, really random places. People cutting soap. Back-to-back questions. Are you married? I am not married. How's the price of scrap these days? Price of scrap continues to keep going up. I was at the scrapyard the other day, and the mountain had to be 40 feet tall, and it was just large. It was a large mountain. So I don't know so what scrapyards generally do is they play the odds as well, all right? They invest in the metal, all right? So they try to buy it cheap and then sell it cheap, kind of like the stock market, essentially. So I'm thinking that mound started getting really, really tall about 2 weeks ago, and then last week they just bumped it up a little bit more. It bumped up another 50 cents. So I'm thinking it's probably going to bump up again, or they were waiting for that little jump, and now they're going to just get rid of all of that metal. So start a GoFundMe. Let your fans help you buy a van. Thank you, Cynthia, but that is not necessary. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, yeah, Shilia, why no truck? Ishmael asked me this question. Man, I'm running out of water. That's not good. When I start running out of water, it's like I'm starting to die. What was that? Oh, yeah, the truck issue. So DL Day says do a GoFundMe. I'm not doing a GoFundMe. No Patreon and no GoFundMes on this account. That's not going to happen. I appreciate the support, though, but it's not necessary. No truck. All right, so when my van had its issue first, right? I stop touching salsa. All right. So when my van had its issue first, I went trash picking in that truck that they gave me. They gave me like a $65,000 truck, and I was like, screw it. I'm going to drive this truck around and trash picking it. Who cares? You have my van. You gave me a piece of junk. It was terrible, all right? So like when you trash pick in towns where you're not allowed to pick up scrap metal or trash pick, it's like you're just like a sore thumb, which I absolutely hated. Also, it's like I was always concerned, like if I threw something on there, was it going to blow off? Like, I drive around a lot. I was just worried about that. And then the last thing was, if I go to like an auction or if I go to a flea market, I can't pack the day before because I don't have like a legit garage. Like my Jeep won't fit in my garage. My van definitely won't fit in my garage. My van's too wide to fit in my garage. So it was like, what am I going to do here? How am I going to go to an auction if it rains and fill up my van with stuff and have everything get wet? And then how was I going to pack up for the flea market? And this is one thing with the flea market is rain and weather is a huge thing with the flea market. If it rains or it's supposed to rain, like no one shows up. And if you have a van, you can pack up and go there. If you have a truck, you're kind of screwed. So that's why I don't want to have the truck. If you guys are new here, smack the like button. We're at 242. I see 537 people are in here. Hello from Ukraine. Your pet is wonderful. How old is he or she? Salsa, she's like 1.5. Yeah, she's 1.5. I think she was born, I would say like 6/20. So yeah, she's 1.5. You can pack and park overnight in your warehouse. No, hate you says. My warehouse is kind of packed right now. That was the intention. The intention was to have the middles of the warehouse completely empty, but I never really thought like I have to save up for 4 months or 5 months or 7 months for flea market stuff. So there was just like, Either I don't make videos and I don't go out trash picking and I don't buy stores lockers, I don't do all that, so I have space, or I just kind of just fill the whole thing up and let whatever happen. So it's kind of the kind of what happened to the, the warehouse. But my intention at the beginning was to put shelves on the side and just park my vehicle in there, but that just never is going to happen. Hey Taco, hello from Orlando. Hello, Will. Stefan or Steven, hello Taco, love your channel, thank you. What tips would you give on dumpster diving? So I don't do too much dumpster diving. What would I give on tips on it is to go somewhere where there's not a lot of foot traffic, I guess. Also go to like some sort of area where there's no compactors. Just try to stay away from a lot of food trash picking or food dumpster diving. In terms of trash picking, you just kind of have to go do it. And if somebody yells at you, that's just how it is. Hello from Maine. Hello, Sally. The best channel from Oregon. Thank you, Raul. Jennifer says, are you going to sell Taco Stack sweatshirts in your Etsy soon? Probably not. So this sweatshirt is just, ooh. Salsa just hit her head on the table. What is Salsa doing? She's literally just walking around. That's why my hand keeps on going like this, because she's one of those animals that you have to like constantly touch or else she just goes bananas. Probably not going to sell Taco Stack sweatshirts. Problems with Taco Stack sweatshirts are they're just going to be really, really expensive to get produced. Generally from like just selling these t-shirts as well. Small through 5XL, like literally people buy the most random sizes small through 5XL, and that's just such a large amount of inventory to hold. And considering that's going to cost more money, it's not going to work because there's a lot like I make orders, like I buy 100 at a time rather than going through like Teespring or a different site, which, you know, it's not really like the YouTuber itself. It's more like just marketing, which I kind of don't like about it. So I go out and actually buy 100 sweatshirts and put that money up front. So it's just going to be way too much money to settle down with and to keep it affordable. So I buy 100 t-shirts, although I can buy 50, but the price is just going to go, you know, through the roof. Do live chats make you nervous? D. Will says. Do live chats make? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It's kind of like speaking at an event. I think if I spoke in front of 564 people, I would just melt down. And I see that's how many people we have in a stream. It's a little bit different talking to my computer in my empty kitchen than maybe standing up and talking in front of 560 people. But I mean, I guess it does kind of make you nervous. It's kind of hard, like when you have to cough. You kind of don't want to cough into the mic. I know it probably sounds rough. Get a cheap little heat press and start making your own by hand. That's a good idea. The problem with the heat press is like they're not like really high quality. It's kind of, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the 90s stuff was like heat pressed with a, what was that? Ironing. You iron it on the logo. It generally peels off is the issue. I don't know. I haven't actually checked up with technology. I haven't really checked up on technology. All right. And seen if they made better heat transfer paper yet. Mr. Buys a lot. You should set up tables in your warehouse and go live and sell things off the table like a virtual flea market. I don't have, that sounds like a great idea. I don't have service up at my warehouse. Hi from Dublin, Ireland. Hi from Kentucky. Taco Stacks 2020. What are the laws on trash picking in your area? What are the laws on trash picking in the area? Some places you're not allowed to. I've never been stopped by the police for doing it, but it's just kind of like courteous thing. Like, don't make a mess. Don't rip open bags. Park on the right side of the road. Don't block people's driveways. If you do all that, you'll be perfectly fine. Don't sell salsa, Sharon says. I'm not going to sell salsa. A little needy, but I'm not going to sell her. She'll stay around for a little bit longer. 333 likes. I feel like I'm pestering you guys with these likes. I apologize. If you guys haven't hit that like button, knock yourself out. Was I in the military? I was never in the military. Am I collecting glass fish? Not collecting glass fish. If you see these guys they used to be like four. Put this thing back up now. It's also kind of, you can look at my mineral jugs. That's too high. Those are, they were fishing lures or just folk art display. Goodwill was slammed today. That's one thing. Like, so if you guys live on the East Coast, it was really warm the last couple days. I am probably going thrifting maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's video will be a trash picking video. But I might stop off the thrift store and donate some things. The Florida Flipper. Thank you, Taco Stacks, the man. Keep being you, bro. Thanks, man. Florida Flipper. If you have a channel, check out his channel as well, guys and girls. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Biggest profit of the decade. Good question, Flexen. Good question. So I bought a Stan Musial game used bat. I talked a little bit about that briefly. That was probably my best profit because I spent 50 cents for it and sold it for a little over $2,500. I bought that at the auction. It was a rainy day. It was covered in tarps. It was in a pile of bats. That would probably be my best flip. The other good thing that I kind of found in terms of buying, selling was the Blitz balls, probably from I think 2016 or 2017. It was the same year that Hatchimals, I think, just came out or were really, really hot. And everyone was going to Walmart, standing in line for these Hatchimals. And their Taco Stacks was walking into the sporting goods section, buying Blitz balls. The big issue I have with that, and one of the biggest advantage of any situation, Blitz balls had a website that was very, very sketchy. It still, I think, is very sketchy. It looked like something from 2002. Like, if you guys have been around like Facebook, like check out Facebook from like when it first started. It was like a very like sketchy site. It wasn't really animated in any way. And their site was kind of sketchy. And I ended up buying a bunch of Blitz balls off their site and just putting it on eBay. And people, for some reason, just didn't go to their website. They just went to eBay, and you can sell for 3 or 4 times more than what they were selling. And rather than like buying a lot, I really just didn't. And it wasn't like I was putting on eBay and I was just trying to I was just like the only one up there. And I was like, I could probably sell these for like $40 a ball, but I'll sell them for $15 a ball or $12 a ball, whatever it was. It was like no one else in the world even knew it. Storage auction pirate, man. $100 super chat. Taco, you're one of the best out there. You keep it real and show the reality of our business. I respect that with all love. I'd love to attend a 50 unit with you and see if we can find some gold and silver. Gold, silver, and gems. Storage auction pirate, man. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. If you guys haven't already, head over to his channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. He does storage auctions. He keeps it real. There's no pony show kind of thing. It's the real deal. Greatly appreciate it, man. Head over there, subscribe to his channel, like a bunch of his videos. Greatly appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Thanks, man. Wow. He's also helped me out a ton with past, I had Star Wars or G.I. Joes. He helped me out a bunch with that in the past, a bunch of ships, spaceships and stuff like that. So greatly appreciate it, man. Thanks. Thanks for the super chat. I love his channel. Just started watching him. Yeah, check him out. You guys haven't already, check him out. Thanks, Pirate. Did I ever sell the iron dumbbell from the storage locker? I actually ended up giving it to a friend who really collects that kind of stuff, like the older workout stuff. I did not sell it. I made plenty of money off the rest of the stuff in that locker. One thing I did find, though, in the trash, and that kind of just like reiterated the whole vintage, antique workout stuff. Storage Auction Pirate has a live tonight at 9 p.m., Danny says. So head over there if you guys, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys haven't already, head over there and check out that. Pat D, thank you for the super chat as well, Danny. Pat D says, checking out Aaron's run. All right, man, I'll message you or try to get in contact with you with the hat and such. See you later, Pat. Oh, there goes Salsa. Greatly appreciate it. So yeah, check out his channel at 9 p.m. Can Taco Stacks tell us if we have an item that's worth keeping? I don't know if you're talking about like keeping like investing or like keeping like up online. What happened to, oh, Salsa's back. What happened to the dump site that the guy was going to clean up? I don't think that guy ever cleaned it up. It's one of the things with like the dump site thing is like it gets really, really overgrown. So to go out there and try to pick through it in the middle of summer is like impossible. I was planning on going there shortly. The issue right now is either it's freezing cold or it's like 60 degrees. I can't go on either days because if it's 60 out, the ground's going to be really soft and I can't get up there with my buggy. And then if it's cold, everything's just frozen into the ground. But he never cleaned it up. He was supposed to get there with a tractor or an excavator. He never got up there. Laura, $2 super chat. Thank you, Laura B. Greatly appreciate the super chat. Thank you for all the support, guys and girls. Thank you, Laura. Lynn, stay safe. It seems like you're in Australia. Stay safe. Taco Stacks, you're awesome and you inspire people. Thank you, Super Fast Tortoise. That's a great name, Super Fast Tortoise. Connie says you should save those ironing boards. 20 years from now, they're going to be rare. Philly Picker, love your channel. Hello from Philly. Hello, Philly Picker. Hello from Stockertown. So Philly is actually pretty close. I'm hoping to sometime maybe this year get to Philly to see a Mets game, even though I might not make it out alive. I don't realize how close Philly is to me until like I end up going to Philly for something. It's one of those things that I live out in the boonies. You go to a big city, it's like a whole different world. So I'm going to try to get there. Thanks, Philly, for the $2 super chat. Taco's van could move a lot of koala bears in Australia. It sure could. Sure could. Hey, Taco, how's Auction Life doing? So I saw Auction Life at the last storage auction thing. I was going through my videos. I think the last storage auction video I did was like 3 weeks ago. So probably like it was, all right, so it's about a month ago because I would say it's middle of December. He's doing all right. I know he has another job now. He's working for, I think, Habitat for Humanity or somewhere else. So he's not doing as many videos because he's not really spending all his time doing auction stuff or picking as much. So, Laura, thank you for the super chat. Donate all luggage to foster kids. They take all theirs with them in trash bags. Great idea. I wonder where I can donate. I don't know if that's a great idea though. Guys, haven't checked out Storage Auction Pirate. Thank you again. Check him out. Hit that subscribe button on his videos. He's doing it live at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm learning so much from you, Paper Moose and Auction Life. Thank you pretty much, Keto. Coin said, did you ever do anything with the capacitors? Capacitors. I call them capacitators. Capacitors. I ended up just scrapping them. I did some eBay search on them, and it looks like they're really just not even worth that much money. They're like $4 or $6 each, like new. And then the whole thing with the shipping, I don't know how that goes with shipping because they're heavy and they're probably some sort of liquid, perishable, fragile, hazardous kind of thing. Probably hazardous. Or lithium bio. I don't know. It's a whole thing that I'm just like, I just end up throwing them in the scrap pile. Where in PA are you? My family is in Clark Summit. I'm in Stockertown, which is in Lehigh Valley, Northampton County. I don't know where Clark Summit is. It sounds like it's out west, but I can be completely wrong. Do you have a favorite football team or watch football at all? Bam says, I watched the Giants, but I didn't really watch that much football this year. Sunday is generally my busiest day of the week. So I end up just like not watching any football. Kind of stinks, but I didn't grow up in a family that really watched a lot of football because I grew up in New York and there's just no high school football. So it was never like, I never really like enjoyed football like growing up because it just wasn't around. Toucan Dan, thank you for the €2 or pound. I don't know if it could be pound. Super chat, greatly appreciate it, man. Toucan Dan, these names are great. These are great names. They're probably not oil filled, but I get it. Yeah, I don't know what the whole deal with that the capacitors were. Don't know. Oh, Linda from England. I know you mean Taco Stacks to say hi. Maybe I'll catch this one for you. Oh, buddy. I don't know. Did I miss something? Hello, Linda. Anyone ever tell you look like Officer Kenny on Live PD? Be honest. I'll bet they have. No, I don't think a lot of people watch Live PD. I try to watch it. There's just so many episodes. So I know it's on TV. I watch it all on the Facebook thing. Live PD is pretty funny. Not funny. I guess it's just interesting. There's one episode with the trooper from, I think it's Oklahoma, where he just gets all trooper-like. I crack up every time I see that one. It's like the one where the guy's like walking in the street and he starts yelling at him. I think it's Oklahoma. It just gets me every time. Rhodey asks, have you decided to get yourself a new van? So yeah, that's kind of the issue. I know I talked a little bit briefly on this in the beginning of the video. My issue is obviously the warranty thing. I'm thinking the transmission is probably going to go 5,000, 10,000 miles from now, 15,000 miles, which will go before the end of the year because I put that amount of miles on it. The biggest issue is now I think the manifold's going. So that's another issue. So the warranty is going to expire in like 3,000 miles. Right now I'm getting great deals on all these other vans that are available new that are from last year, which won't be around in like a month or so. I can play the odds and hope they are. The issue with the vans, I'm looking all around. I know salsa is like going to town on my hand. The issue with the vans is all of them have like these really whacked out packages, like packages on them. Like I'm like, I would never use that. I don't want to pay another $3,000 for this thing that's just not going to use. Like cruise control is like another $500, I think. I tried using cruise control probably 5 times on my van going up to Scranton. I think I got it to work once. I was just like, I'm not going to use this. So it's like, I don't want to spend $500 more for cruise control. Then other ones like a certain radio with Bluetooth. I don't even know what I've been around how long now, and I still don't even know how Bluetooth really works. So I just don't use that. That's another $800. They have all these like whacked out or like a side step that goes off the side like a running board. I think it'd be great to have like a little step to get up, but I don't think like running boards on vans are really a thing. That's like another $500. And there's like a tow package that's like $1,000. Like tow a trailer with a cargo van. That's wild. Why would somebody think I guess I don't even know. Why would you tow something with a cargo van I was like thinking maybe you want to tow like a wood splitter. I just would not use that at all. It's already like driving a school bus, driving that thing around. I can't imagine driving a trailer around. So there's like all these whacked out packages that go with all the vans that are available. So I don't know. Maybe I can figure something out. We'll see. Got me all fired up over this van thing. That's like one of the things. Like I'm looking for a van and they have like all these random packages. Things that like I just wouldn't use, right? It's like fine if like you want to give me like power mirrors also. I never use that. Give me a package with like a bulkhead or a better backup camera. That's what I like. Heated seats. I don't really like heated seats, but I'd rather have heated seats than cruise control. Start the first ever eBay consignment store. I think eBay does like a valet thing, consignment valet thing. Did you give out Taco Stacks merch for Christmas presents? Trying to even remember. I don't think I did. I might have gave out like some magnets and stickers. Gave a hat to my neighbor. I think, yeah. Give a hat to my neighbor. I actually gave those Quake boards to the guy. You guys might remember I picked up like Quake boards in the trash and they're missing one peg. He's talking about forever. It was right next to my garage. I finally just ended up giving that to the guy who plays competitive Quakes. So Ford F-350 diesel, 6.7 power stroke or better, or a Cummins diesel, be your best bet for life. Yes, storage auction pirate is right. Getting a diesel truck or van will literally last me forever. The issue I kind of have is I know the engine will last. I don't know if the transmission will last or the rest of it, the drive and the way I abuse that thing. So, but yes, if I ever look for a vehicle that was going to last me and I really liked it, like I wish the Jeep would have came out with a diesel when I bought it, because I know that thing would definitely last 500,000 mile motor or better if taken care of. And yeah. Has Taco been ice fishing before? Taco has not been ice fishing before. I'm not a big fisher or hunter or gamesman or sportsman. I'm not really too big into that because it's also another thing. It's like something I just wasn't really raised on. So it's like something I kind of get into. So I don't do that. Don't do much of that. Christopher, Hellertown is hit or miss for me, but Quakertown usually comes through. Hellertown. Oh, Hellertown is the family thrift. American Family Thrift. Tommy says, debating to look into Rivian electric truck when it is released to the public. As long as it's not the Cybertruck, which I think would be a huge, like, you drive that thing around, everyone will look at you. Great advertisement vehicle. Clattenburg, thank you for the $4 Canadian dollar super chat. Greatly appreciate it, Clattenburg. Hopefully all is well. That looks like a, what is that? Some sort of emote. I don't know if that's like iced tea or is that supposed to be coffee? I don't know. It's like a red drink. Wild what this YouTube thing does. Thanks, Clattenburg. Thank you. What do I do? What do I like to do in my downtime? One thing I'm going to try to do a little bit more this year is go golfing more. I really like golfing. It's kind of like an independent thing, and you kind of just be like, you know what, it is what it is kind of thing. I don't really get to go out golfing much just because it's kind of pricey at times, but at the same time, it's just such a commitment. It's like you kind of want to go with one person because then you're awkward if it's just you, and then you got to find someone else who wants to go. And it's a whole thing in a whole spiel. But I do like golfing. It's something I picked up in college because everyone else seemed to know how to golf straight from the start. Usually when you stop, I realize you shift into park. Instead, shift into neutral and use the parking brake to prevent excessive transmission wear. I think I'm going to keep on putting in park. I'm not going to trust that emergency brake. What the heck? I had something on my first Jeep. My emergency brake was like completely rusted out or something. And I was like, why does this thing never work? It like never worked for anything. It just wasn't doing anything. So I'm kind of skeptical of that. Salsa is a golden retriever. Can you do a YouTube with your brother again? Next time my brother visits Patricia. Wow, look at all this. I don't know if you guys see that. That's Salsa from just one video. Look at that. When he visits, we'll do another video. At 600 people in the stream, if you guys haven't already, it's probably been 20 minutes since I said, you guys hit the like button for me. Greatly appreciate it. Paul, thank you for the €20. I play the odds here. Super chat. Keep living the dream. Have a nice coffee and a donut on me. Pet salsa for me. Wishing you the best. Wishing you luck of the Irish from Paul in Ireland. Thank you, Paul. Paul B. Greatly appreciate it, man. Hopefully all is well in Ireland. I'm sure it's probably, like 10 o'clock there, 11 o'clock? 10 o'clock. I'm going to go with 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock at night. Thank you, Paul, for the super chat. Thank you. YouTube staff coming in clutch. Hello, I come on behalf of the YouTube team to verify that your live meets our community standards. Thank you, YouTube staff. Appreciate it. 11 o'clock, Paul says. 11 o'clock. Pesty says, I like your thrift store videos. Thanks, Pesty. I need a license frame that says it is what it is. I haven't found that. Connie. Hello, Connie. How's Arizona going? Thank you for the $10 super chat, Connie. Greatly appreciate it. Hope all is well in Arizona. Greatly appreciate that, Connie. Thanks, Connie. Connie A. Thank you for the silver coin as well. I still have that in my collection. I was looking at that probably, 2 days ago. I was sorting up a bunch of stuff and taking a look at it. It's very nice. It's a nice mint coin as well. Greatly appreciate it, guys. Or greatly appreciate it, Connie. Hi, Taco. Maureen says, hello, Taco. Oh, hello, Maureen. I'm Taco. What are you going to do with the truck in your garage? I don't know, David. I'm still undecided with that guy. It would be cool to kind of take that out trash picking one of these days, but we'll see. One day, maybe I'll fix it. It had talk about transmission, has transmission issues as well. Thanks, YouTube staff. What's your college degree in? My college degree is in business management. Business management. Have I ever done metal detecting? I have not. I know the thing with metal detecting is like you can censor it so it doesn't pick up iron. But I just don't think I'd find anything else besides like screws and nails. Like I go into the woods, like just out into the woods, and like I'll find like random pieces from like a barn. So I think there used to be another barn on my property, and they must have like knocked it down and just like hauled some of the junk into the woods. Because like I'll find like a barn hinge or the rail, like the rail that the barn doors go on. You put the rollers on the barn doors, and then they roll. So, hi, Taco from Northampton in the UK. Funny how you live in Hampton County. We are in Northamptonshire. Hello. What? I heard somebody coming down the driveway. Hello. Like right when you said hello from Northampton, I was like, oh, you live in Northampton, huh? Because there's also Northampton, like a town as well that's in Northampton County. So, very cool. What do you think of thrifting more often? Will you be doing more? I hope to, and I hope to this year be incorporating other people into my thrifting videos. Probably like Jay. Like you guys saw Jay. I see a lot of people liked him. There's another guy, Armin. They are both very, very knowledgeable as well in thrifting. They are people who have been involved in apparel and clothing way before I was. So they really know their brands. Hello from Crompton, Greaves, Ohio. Hello, Eric. They know their brands really well. And like I kind of know that kind of stuff. Like I know styles. And the thing with Etsy and eBay, the thing with selling on Etsy is if you sell on Etsy, you can sell a style. You can sell a big logo t-shirt, whatever. On eBay, that same shirt might not sell because styles just don't sell. I feel like labels and brands and names, that's eBay. That's if you type in like, hey, I want a Tommy Hilfiger t-shirt, patch logo. If you type that on eBay, you get exactly what you want. Whereas if you had that on Etsy, it would still sell, but that's just not like what people are looking for. So, yeah. I used to live in Northampton, Massachusetts. Northampton must be a very popular name. Correction, Danny Mays says, correction live, 10 p.m. Eastern, Storage Auction Pirate. So if you guys want to check out Storage Auction Pirate, he came in, donated $100 as well as more super chats. If you guys want to check out his channel, head over there. 10 p.m. Eastern, he'll be doing a live stream. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. He's been a huge supporter for a very, very long time. So check him out. I wish I had space to store clothes to resell. I see good stuff all the time, Treasure Rescue says. Marisol, thank you. Taco, you're the best dog in the world. Her name is Salsa. I can't get enough of her. Yep, she's here. She's one of those dogs. I'm pretty sure some of you probably have this kind of animal that needs to be touched 24/7. That's Salsa. That's Salsa because I just let go. I just let go and I can feel she's getting fired up. Yep, now she's stretching. Yeah. Now, see, so needy. This creature is very needy. Thank you. Do you silk screen the sweatshirts or Do you silk screen the sweatshirts or t-shirts? I do not. I have a company that does it. I order 100 t-shirts at a time. The fortunate and the nice thing about it is like hats and embroidery like this. My mom actually made this. She might be watching right now. I know she watches a lot of my videos. She made this and she made the other one. She has an embroidery machine. These actually sweatshirts came from a thrift store. I just figured rather than wearing that big Mets logo sweatshirt, why don't I wear something that says Taco Stacks? And she's a huge supporter. But so she does like these embroidery things. But if I get embroidery done for like the hats, I don't have to have a minimum order. T-shirts on their hand, silk screen, you do need a minimum order, and that's because they need to make the silk screen, which they already have. But it's like a whole process. It's a drying process. They have to get out ink. They have to set the whole thing up. Oh, there you go. Whereas a hat, they just put on a machine, type clip art 1 or whatever it might be saved, and it just embroiders. Same thing with colors. Like this is gray and white. It's cheaper to do embroidery. It's no extra cost to do multiple colors. Whereas for a silk screen, you need multiple screens, and each screen is like a different logo. So like this one logo would be just the mountains and the van, whereas the other logo or the other screen would be all the area where it's white. So it's a whole nother process. And then there's a whole cleaning of the silk screen. That's generally why it's a little bit more pricey, as well as you have to do what was it? Oh, you have to do a minimum order. What do I like to do more than everything you do? I think Pesty is referring to what's my favorite kind of category to film or do. I enjoy going to flea markets to buy. It's kind of like anxiety level there. The nice thing about going to flea markets to buy is you can be there 7 o'clock, 7:30, 6:30. Be there for an hour or 2 hours and see everything. Whereas if you do the flea market for selling, you have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You have to have the van packed from the day before. You have to be there for 8 hours. You have to have the stress. My biggest thing with the flea market and what I absolutely hate is trying to leave. Trying to leave the flea market is a disaster because I leave early to go garbage picking. It is a disaster trying to get that van out of a spot. So that's just kind of stressful. Hello, Anita. I also really enjoy buying storage lockers because it's a true treasure hunt. Unfortunately, I haven't had like a huge score on one of these lockers. It seems to be all like just household goods. But it's enjoyed because it's a true treasure hunt. There's also like the bidding process. Like a lot of people like the bidding process of a storage locker. So I guess that kind of is it. But yeah. Do those hats you got on fit anyone? They should fit a lot of people. They don't fit larger sizes. And these are a little bit more money. I had them in stock like in 2018, and they took a while to sell, and they were really pricey. Like these things cost like $30 to get made because they're a new era. So, yeah. Have you considered registering Taco Stacks as a trademark? Great question. No, because the whole thing with trademarks and registration or copyrights and all that is someone's already knocking off my Taco Stack t-shirts. Like if you like Google it, you will see there's someone else selling Taco Stack merchandise. And the lawsuit and the file a lawyer and do all this stuff and the claims is going to cost like $10,000. So it's never going to be really worth it because you can copyright, trademark, and do all this, but that's not stopping somebody from doing it. All it's stopping is the legal aspect, but you're still going to pay $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever it might be, to get it back. You know, and the whole thing with the copywriting and all that is kind of like the first person, like so if somebody's trying to copyright or whatever, they can't knock me out because I've already done it before that. There's already been prior knowledge of it. So that's why I don't really get into it. There's a whole legal thing, but it's just like whatever happens, happens. Not too overly concerned with it. Do you really want another Dodge? I do not want another Dodge. Free advertising for you then, yeah. Storage Auction Pirate coming back in again with a $5 super chat. Greatly appreciate it, man. Take me to an auction. I promise we'll find some treasure. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Guys, check him out. He has a live stream at 10 p.m. Eastern, which will probably be about like 3.5 hours. Guys, haven't already, head over there, subscribe to his channel as well. Hi from the UK. Hello, Angela. Hello. Guys, haven't already checked out Gemini Thrifts or Anita's channel as well. They have channels. Check them out as well. What's the most interesting find you've ever found trash picking? Probably the golf club bags from a while back. Those were really expensive golf club bags, and somebody who likes golf, that's something I really enjoyed finding. Plus, the guy came out and he's like, "Oh, those are really expensive bags." And I was giggling, so I was like, "Yeah, why are you throwing them out?" But they were broken. I think they were embroidered with some name, and he ripped them off. So that was probably my favorite find. I will be signing off here shortly, guys. Thank you for everyone for coming in and joining me, or Salsa and I. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who left super chats as well. Everyone who smacked that like button. We're at 549 likes. Dr. Albert. Salsa is a good girl and loves you. Yeah, she sheds a lot, unfortunately, but I think I'll keep her around a little bit longer. Hi from Nebraska, little gunner. Any update on the old man that was moving that you got stuff from? I have not seen him in forever. He moved. He told me what town he moved. I actually trash picked in that town, but I never got in contact with him with his address or his street. He had a whole situation kind of going on that was kind of private. I'm surprised he even told me about it, but I've not got in contact with him. We're supposed to exchange phone numbers, and he just wasn't there next week or the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And they're just gone. Everything's gone. House is dark. There's an empty dresser on the porch, just gone. So I don't know. Hopefully all is well. Alrighty, guys and girls, I'm going to be signing off here. It's been a little bit over an hour. I'm sweating. Thank you to everyone who came in, everyone who left super chats, everyone who liked the stream, dropped a comment, a question. Greatly appreciate it. I will catch. I know a couple of my moderators have channels if you want to check them out as well as Storage Auction Pirate is doing a live stream at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Greatly appreciate it. Raphael's coming in with the $10 super chat at the end. Thank you, Raphael's Refuge. I greatly appreciate the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully all is well with you. And thank you. Thank you for the super chat. All right, guys and girls, I'll be catching up with you guys later. Check out Storage Auction Pirate at 10 p.m. And yeah, thanks for coming along. As always, have a great day. Keep living the dream.